So the thing about the Christmas tree is it has impacted our life just a little bit too. I'd say, is there anything, that we really center our yearly calendar around more than that?
Well, you made me plan my scheduled C-section around when the tree lighting would be, when our baby was due in December. So I would say that about covers how important the tree has been in our lives.
Part of the whole experience of this is you go to school one day and there's nothing there, and you come the next day and there's a 30-foot tree there. I think it does matter if it was all these people got together and spent hours and days, actually months planning, going and getting this tree and picking out the perfect tree for that year and making it happen there on the corner in front of our school.
I had this new principal show up at my school and ask me a silly question one day. Hey, do you think we could put up a really big Christmas tree right here? And me being myself, I thought about it, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just said, no, can't do it, boss.
I want to get a huge tree, and I want to figure out how to make it stand in front of our school, and I want to light it up so that you can see it from space.
Well, that sounds like a great idea to build community, and it was a pretty fun, interesting time.
Yeah, look at the size of it.
I know. This is our biggest tree.
That one's not gonna fit in the.
Yeah, it will.
Every single person I approached met it with, yeah, let's do that.
None of us really had much experience other than Adam. Adam had a lot of technical experience and mechanical ability. The rest of us, we had no idea what we were doing.
Oh yeah, boom. That was awesome.
So every year, people come to me and say, what do you say we make the tree a little smaller this year? To which I say every single time, no.
When we saw the size and how big the tree we were looking at putting up, I don't think I really realized what it's going to take to get the tree, one, transported, and two, put up.
But there's a lot of camaraderie, a lot of fun, a lot of jokes. It's just a lot of memories.
We did it because we thought it was a fantastic idea of Zach's, and we had this group of people who was committed to a cause, and we just thought it's the coolest, most unique thing. No one else was doing it.
The scale, the magnitude of the tree is part of the whole mystique of the event. If it were any smaller on any lower scale, then it would, well, be beneath the Cataldo Christmas tree.
It's kind of cool because Cataldo's the only one that does this.
Driving through the city with that giant tree on the trailer, it can be hair-raising, it can be stressful. Pretty sure every single car that I go past is looking, going, what are they doing?
Last year, I recall you asking me to change the tree lighting time or the day because you had a lead on Taylor Swift tickets.
That is true, and I needed to make sure it did not conflict with the final weekend of the Eras Tour, and unfortunately that lead fell through, so the tree beats Taylor this year.
Tree always wins.
Yeah.
I'd like to dance with you this Christmas. Let's have a boogie round the tree. I put some requests on my wish list. I'd love if you'd spend time with me. We should have a party, you know that it makes sense. Dum 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 dum.
My favorite part of the Cataldo Christmas tree is 10 seconds.
I don't think there are very many tree stands even remotely close to the one we have.
It's the 10 seconds before the tree lights up.
I don't know that anybody else is even trying to stand up trees like this without a crane.
Several years we had to stand the tree twice.
One of the years, we put the tree up and it was a good tree. We all stood back and watched all the needles fall off of it.
It looked like the Charlie Brown tree, and we were all embarrassed.
It's big fancy tree day. I mean, what's not to like? I get to drive my truck. I get to disregard most of the traffic rules when I'm driving it.
I really hope that one day, 50 years from now, this is still happening. There was one time that Jerry decided that she'd go with me to scout the tree out. This was a couple of years ago. And you were all excited, and it was this big day that we had planned to go do that. And then we got to where we would go out and look at the trees and go through the woods. And at that time you said, "Oh, I'm not going in." And then I'm
a real indoor cat, so this is already a stretch that I'm going to do this. I didn't realize we're not talking about just like, you know, magical Hallmark movie Christmas tree farm. I didn't realize we were actually like having to go into what I would consider the wilderness. Like that's feels not my cup of tea. No.
The tree lighting ceremony, regardless rain or shine, is an opportunity for people to reconnect.
Now that we're in our 7th year, I love the tradition. I think it needs to continue for a long, long time. I love the fact that there's a committed group of people to do it.
Seeing celebrate the school, celebrate Christ, celebrate the season, and we don't have enough of those opportunities anymore. And things like this bring and bind people together, and that's what drew us to Cataldo in the first place, was a sense of community.
My favorite part of the Cataldo Christmas tree is 10 seconds. It's the 10 seconds before the tree lights up. Everybody gets ready and the countdown's just about to happen. And it starts, and you hear it start at 10. And for those 10 seconds, all of the things, all of the worries you have, all the things that you brought with you that day, whether it's in your family or it's school or it's work or just the world, for 10 seconds, everybody there is focused on one thing and one thing only. And that's Christmas and seeing that tree light up.